I'm Nelsie Spencer, novelist, screenwriter, playwright, and writing coach. And I have created the Joyful Writer Method to help writers succeed. I love writers. I love stories. And I love watching a writer blossom and get better. It is so satisfying to witness a writer take a vague idea and turn it into a screenplay or a memoir or a novel. And I get to see the writer get better in the process. And at the end of this video, if anything that I cover resonates for you, I'm going to give you a chance to work with me, and I will take you through the whole Joyful Writer Method, which is 12 weeks, 12 sessions at an amazing discount. Does that sound good? I hope so. Okay, great. So if you're struggling with finishing your work, can't seem to get focused on one project, or you can't even get started because you have so many ideas that are just sort of bumping around in your head, you're in the right place. Or maybe you have several projects that you once were really excited about, but along the way you abandoned them. Don't worry, I can help you. Maybe you can't stick to a writing schedule. Maybe you don't even have a writing schedule. Don't worry, I got you. So if you're worried that you're not a trained writer, don't worry. The Joyful Writer Method is for writers of all levels and writers in all genres. I'm going to share with you how I went from being an unemployed actress slash waitress to co-starring in my own two-character play that I co-wrote with my best friend. Yes, and we had a Tony-winning producer and director at one point. I'm going to teach you all the tricks I used to write The Play Group, my novel, which was published by St. Martin's Press, came out in 2003. And I wrote that book while I had two kids under 3. All right, maybe under 4 by the time I was finished with it. And I'm going to share with you all that I learned co-writing a screenplay that went on to get made and win more than one award at film festivals, one of them for screenwriting. Are you frustrated at how long it takes? Don't worry. I'll tell you how I went from the idea of doing my one-woman show about my father's funeral, Day of the Dead Daddy, to doing it in front of a packed house in New York City in 5 months. Yeah. But let me ask you a question. What is the most important thing a writer must do to be successful? Write. Let's face it, it doesn't matter how brilliant a writer you are, how wonderful your stories are, if you don't finish what you've started. You've got to write consistently. And in doing that, so you're going to perfect your writing, and then you have to finish what you've started. Now, after being a writing teacher and coach for almost 17 years, I've run into so many immensely talented writers, and they certainly weren't writing consistently, they weren't getting better, and they were not finishing what they started. And that's why I created the Joyful Writer Method. Obviously, in order to succeed as a writer, you have to create compelling characters, you have to write realistic dialogue, you have to create and maintain tension, and the writing course you take will cover all those things, right? But here's the thing. During all these years as a teacher and a coach, I've discovered the number one thing that writers struggle with: finishing. Keep watching, and I will also let you in on one of the most common things, as far as I can see, that keeps writers from finishing. Of course, the first step before you can finish is you got to start, right? And it's very crucial, I think, to create a schedule. Now, that might sound really obvious, but let me tell you, it's not. So, as my gift to you for watching this whole video, I'm going to share with you my 7 steps to creating a writing schedule that works. So, this is a customized schedule that will get you writing, keep you writing, and if you follow my instructions, do I need to say it again? Make sure that you will finish. But first, a little about the Joyful Writer Method.
The Joyful Writer Method changes your relationship to your writing. This is so important. And it helps you identify and eliminate all the things that keep you from writing and, of course, consequently keep you from success. The Joyful Writer method attacks these hidden beliefs and internal blocks from all angles. And it provides proven tips, techniques, and tools so you can focus on, yes, the joy of writing.
Remember when you first started writing? Remember what made you want to be a writer? Because you were having so much fun writing. You had stories, you had ideas, you had characters. And then somewhere along the way, our relationship to our writing changes, it shifts. And writing goes from something that we want to do to something we're supposed to do. Writing becomes like flossing, something on our to-do list. So what I'm going to help you do in the Joyful Writer method is switch it back to a joyful experience. Okay. So whether you're a beginning writer with just the seeds of an idea, or halfway through a first draft, or maybe you're on draft number 15 and you're stuck and frustrated, no worries. In the Joyful Writer method, I will share with you the exact techniques I used to co-write an award-winning screenplay and a critically acclaimed play, and to write my novel, The Play Crew. And I used all these same techniques and strategies to write my solo show, Day of the Dead Daddy, in only 6 weeks. Get this. In May of 2019, I woke up and suddenly I knew what my next project was going to be, to turn the story of my dad's funeral into a one-woman show. In June, I did a stage reading, and in October, Day of the Dead Daddy premiered on stage in Manhattan at the Chain Theater to a live audience. That is 5 months from idea to doing it in front of a packed house. Listen, I've been honing these techniques for myself as a writer for decades. And since 2006, that's a long time now, I've been sharing all I know with literally hundreds of students and clients, helping them write more, become better writers, and most importantly, do I need to say it again? Is it getting annoying? I hope not. Finish what they've started. So if being consistent, finishing, and succeeding as a writer is something you crave, stick with me. Okay. All right. First up, what is the Joyful Writer method and what does it do?
The Joyful Writer method is 12 weeks of carefully crafted sessions, each one building on the last, and that uncover the hidden blocks related to your writing and give you tools and techniques to beat them. It's a holistic approach that focuses on all aspects of writing and, most importantly, get this, the writer's conscious and unconscious relationship to their writing, which I am telling you 9 times out of 10 is what's holding the writer back. The Joyful Writer method solves the number one problem that keeps writers from succeeding. It tackles the age old problem of procrastination, creates good habits around your writing that lead to success. And the Joyful Writer method helps writers go from stuck to unstuck, from lost to found, and from can't get started to finishing.
What I do, and I've been doing for over 16 years, is not only teach writers of all levels and in all genres all the basics and more of writing, I also help you identify and solve these non-writing problems that keep you from writing. How do I know it works? I watch my clients, from seasoned writers to complete beginners, complete novels, screenplays, plays, memoirs, TV pilots, and more.
Just a few testimonials from a lot of my very, very happy students and clients.
After watching my students and clients have all these wonderful results, I was determined to figure out a way to share this with more people. I was dead set on creating a program that gives the writer access to it 24/7 and basically for eternity. So what did I do? Created the Joyful Writer Method, a course that is different from any other writing course. And what makes us different?
The Joyful Writer is different because it gives you detailed steps and tools, creating a healthy mindset and ensuring that you actually write. This is an aspect that most writing programs do not deal with. It takes you from feeling guilty or frustrated that you're not writing to writing consistently, which means you're going to get better and enjoy the process. It transforms your relationship to your writing, which we talked about before, creating a joyful experience. The Joyful Writer method addresses all aspects of the writer and writing, tackles the age old obstacle of procrastination. That's a big one. And the Joyful Writer method not only teaches you how to write, the 12-part program uncovers your hidden blocks and beliefs that keep you from succeeding as a writer.
And why does it work?
And I know that the Joyful Writer method works because it's designed to be customized to the strengths and weaknesses of each writer. You're going to get weekly Q&As via Zoom live to ensure that you never get stuck. Any blocks, problems, or questions, I'm there for you every week, available for you for an entire year. The Joyful Writer Method Facebook group is there, which also creates a community 24/7. You can make connections, share your wins, and get resources and inspiration.
I know this works because I have tested out all these tools and techniques during my 35 years as a writer and my 16 years as a writing coach on hundreds of writers in every genre.
Just a few of my very, very joyful clients, all of whom I just adore. I have had only good experiences. I got to say that. More on why the Joyful Writer method works. You set the pace. The 12-part on demand video program is designed so you can take it as slowly or as quickly as you like. And the Joyful Writer method delivers the three most important elements to success as far as I've experienced, and that is support, accountability, and community.
Now, beyond the weekly Zoom Q&A and the Facebook group, the option of daily text accountability with me,
You also get 12 lectures covering different facets of writing that are necessary to becoming a successful writer. You're going to get 12 writing prompts or exercises every week, every session to get you writing. You're also going to get 12 homework assignments. Each one is designed to improve your writing and or strengthen productive writing habits. And last but certainly not least, 6 hours every week of designated supervised Zoom writing time in the writer's circle, which you'll learn more about that once you join.
now, one of the most important things the Joyful Writer method does is it creates new habits. So once you sign up after the launch, all 12 sessions or weeks are available. This means you can go through them quickly or as slowly as you like, which I've mentioned before. But I just want to say that I recommend taking your time to let these new habits sink in and create new neural pathways in your brain. They say it takes 90 days to create a habit. So that's how change happens, being consistent. But it's up to you, however you do it. The Joyful Writer is designed to take you from frustrated to finished. Now, earlier I mentioned that I was going to reveal the number one thing that keeps success just out of reach. Do you want to know what that is? Any guesses? You. That's right. You, the writer. You can learn everything there is to know about writing, from metaphors to story arc and creating compelling characters and writing realistic dialogue. But guess what? None of that matters if you can't first identify, then overcome your own false beliefs that you hold about writing and about success, the things that keep you from writing. Yes, in the Joyful Writer method, of course.
You'll learn how to create compelling and realistic characters, create and maintain tension, write realistic dialogue that helps you reveal who your characters are, give exposition, and move the plot forward. Of course, you'll learn about structures, similes, metaphors, and so much more.
But let's face it, if you can't get your butt to the computer, all that knowledge is useless. One of the main reasons I created the Joyful Writer Method is because when I was working with writers of all levels again and again, I discovered that their real problems had more to do with their mindset than their talent or their writing abilities. So let's look at some of the ways that the Joyful Writer Method addresses.
The all important mindset. You got to build self confidence because let's face it, one of the things I'll say for me, one of the things that has gotten in my way is my belief. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or not, you're right. And he was a damn successful guy. So we're going to work on that self confidence. We're going to work on commitment. You have to be really committed to your writing in order to succeed and in order to finish and be consistent. Deadlines. Deadlines help us so much. We need to create realistic deadlines and meet them. And you're going to learn that consistency. Consistency creates more momentum, which leads to a habit, which leads to the all important success. Discipline. Sometimes discipline, people think that's a dirty word, but discipline is simply a promise that we make to ourselves and keep. And I will help you with that aspect. Self talk. Oh my goodness. We all have uncovered, we all know that voice in our head that says horrible things to us. We're going to uncover all those negative voices, thoughts, and beliefs and replace them with positive ones.
Okay, that's a pretty good overview of the Joyful Writer Method. Now, as promised, let's create that writing schedule. So, if you want to get yourself writing and keep writing, you must follow all of these steps, okay? I developed this technique over years of trial and error with myself and clients and students as my guinea pigs. So
here's your 7 steps. Step 1, put it in your calendar. You got to write it down. That makes it real. And it means that you mean it. Oh, I'm going to write at some point today. Well, let me tell you, what happens in vagueness stays in vagueness. You can't be vague. You got to be clear. Number 2, be realistic. Don't say you're going to write for 3 hours every day starting at 6 a.m. Aiming too high is a setup to fail. And don't double up. If you miss a day, don't say, oh, I was going to write for an hour yesterday. Oh, I missed, so I'll write for 2 hours today. It becomes overwhelming and it's a setup to fail. Number 4, tweak it. If your schedule isn't working, tweak it. Mornings don't work, try afternoons. Afternoons don't work, try midday. 45 minutes is too much? Make it 30 minutes to start out. Number 5, create accountability. Find someone to be your writing buddy. Tell them your writing schedule. You text them when you sit down to write. You text them when you're done. And their job is to send you happy emojis. Number 6, celebrate your wins. Every night, you're going to record your word count or your page count, however you're doing it, and say, I did that. If you wrote for 5 minutes, that's still a win. It's 5 minutes more than you did yesterday, probably. Celebrate your wins. Concentrate on what you did do, not on what you didn't do. Number 7, be nice to yourself. You are a work in progress. We're all works in progress, right? And if this was easy, you guys wouldn't be watching this video. You wouldn't need me. You wouldn't need 7 steps to creating a writing schedule that works. So it takes time to create a new habit. So be gentle with yourself.
be kind to yourself. Let me just say, if beating ourselves up worked, we would all be so successful because, it's a cultural thing. We do it. We beat ourselves up. What if we didn't do that? What if we just did it 30% less? You're a work in progress. Don't give up. It takes time to create a new habit. 30 days. Some people say 90 days. I say 90 days. So there you have it. There's my 7 steps to creating a writing schedule that works. I like writing in the morning, right after I meditate, and do my affirmations, because I find that if I don't do it first thing, I almost never get to it. And I aim for 45 minutes, 7 days a week. That way, if I miss because I slept in or the dog has diarrhea or whatever, a pipe breaks, I'm pretty much guaranteed that I will get 5 days in. Okay. So earlier I told you that I'd give you a chance to work with me. And here it is. First of all, let's recap, shall we?
With the Joyful Writer method, you get tools and techniques for creating and sticking to a doable writing schedule. All right, you already got that. You get tools and tips for beating that negative voice that wants to keep you from writing. You're going to get 6 1-hour writing circle sessions via Zoom every week. That's 72 hours of structured writing time. 12 weeks or sessions to get you writing, improve your writing, and keep you writing. 12 lectures regarding different aspects of writing, 12 writing prompts or exercises also to get you writing. You also get the Joyful Writer Facebook group where you can network, find members to create a mastermind group, which I'll talk about once you're in the Joyful Writer group. You can ask me or the group any questions you might have 24/7. You can share resources and knowledge and, again, celebrate those wins. Live Q&A, you're getting that via Zoom once a week with me for a year, where you are going to get my input regarding any issues you might have encountered, ask me any questions you might have, find accountability partners, connect with other writers, and celebrate those wins. Like I said, you get that for a year. That's a pretty good deal.
Now, all of my private clients that work with me consistently pay tens of thousands of dollars to work with me. So I know working on one-on-one with me is only available to a few people. So I worked very hard while designing the Joyful Writer method to distill what I do into an affordable system that still creates a high level of support and engagement. So here is your price breakdown, okay?
The 12-week course is $500. 72 1-hour Zoom writing sessions is about $1,440. A year of weekly Q&A sessions, $2,500. That's a value of $4,440.
That's a lot, right? Now, take 50% off, and that would be $2,220. But I'm going to do even more than that. No, I'm going to go even lower. When the Joyful Writer method launches, I am going to give you all of that, not for half price. I'm going to give you
The early bird price is you get the entire Joyful Writer method for only $19.95, a savings of $2,445. The pre-launch price, check it out. If you sign up before February 14th, you'll get the entire Joyful Writer method for only $1,250. That is a savings of $3,190, almost $3,200. Here's your super starter bonus kit. You're going to get a 20-minute one-on-one welcome Zoom meeting with me to get you started, to ensure you get the most out of the course. You'll get a month of weekly 10-minute phone check-ins / troubleshooting calls, and 1 month of daily texts with me as your accountability partner. The value of that is $250, and I'm going to just toss it in for free.
you're getting the 12-week course, $500, 72 hours of the writer's circle. You're getting the weekly Q&A. You're now getting the super starter bonus kit. The value has gone up to $4,690. Okay. And you're going to get the whole thing for $1,250. So check this out. The pre-launch deal. That means that if you sign up between now and the launch date,
Here's what your pre-launch package looks like. The 12-week course, $500. 72 1-hour Zoom writing sessions, $1,440. A year of weekly live Q&A sessions, $2,500. The Super Starter Bonus Kit, $250. That's $4,690 worth of support, knowledge, lectures, and more for only $1,250. Okay, your savings has gone up to $3,440. Here are your payment options. One payment, $1,250. Two payments of $635, or three payments of $430. Now, if you do the math, it gets a little more expensive when you do payments because I have to pay for the transaction fees. And there you have it.
And once again, I wanted to give those options because I wanted the Joyful Writer method to be accessible, because most importantly, I want you to succeed. I love writers. I'm back to that. I want to give you what I have to give. You know, I started being a writing teacher and a writing coach as a side gig, right? And then what I discovered is a couple of things. I discovered that I love teaching, and I discovered that I'm really good at it. I discovered, and then I also discovered that writers get in their own way, and that my job as a writing teacher is not just to teach you how to write, it's also to teach you to get out of your own way, and also teach you to find your voice, which the Joyful Writer method really does focus on as well, because people like to say, oh, every story's been told, or I have this story, but it's already been done. No, no one can tell the story that you have to tell the way you can tell it. I had a friend, his name is Bruce Mandelbaum, and he's an acupuncturist, a fabulous acupuncturist. He's also a writer. He writes poetry, and he read me some of his poems, and they're just gorgeous and beautiful and heartbreaking. And so he read me a couple of them, and I was very moved. He said, you know, I'm no Hemingway. And I said to him, yeah, and you know what? Hemingway is no Bruce Mandelbaum, because Hemingway could never have written what you wrote, because he didn't have your life experience. He doesn't have your sensibility. He doesn't have your sense of humor. So one of the most important things, hopefully, that I give you as a writing coach is that knowledge that who you are, your individuality is your strength. And in the Joyful Writer method, I also help you find that. So that's it, ladies and germs. That's an old-fashioned dad joke. Thank you for listening. There's links below where you can sign up, and I hope you do. If you have any questions, there's also a link where you can email me. And let me just leave you with these parting words. Remember, where would we be if Shakespeare had said, maybe I'll just journal. Maybe I'll take that decoupage class, or ceramics, or you know what, I should really get that accounting degree. Trust yourself, trust your stories, and let me help you tell them. Okay? Thanks so much. Thanks for listening. Bye.